Welcome to Miserable Men with me, the Reverend.
Now I'm unmuted. I got it. No wonder you guys couldn't hear me before when I was going, give me 2 seconds. What the fuck are you rushing to do the show for? Nobody heard me. Welcome, everybody, to Miserable Men. Shuli here with the Miserable Men Show, live on YouTube. First hour free, next hour on Patreon. I'm joined by the Miserable Men crew. We have Brent Hatley, Mark Burns, Mike Morse, and the Reverend Bob Levy. And we are the Miserable Men Show. It's kind of like The View, but, from the point of view of cavemen, I guess.
Less balls.
Yeah, less talking over each other and less balls. Welcome, everybody. If you tuned in last week, we had quite the 2-hour episode. It was like a season finale, that last episode. Cliffhanger radio. There's a lot going on for those of you maybe tuning in for the first time. Mike Morse down there, who looks like a professor of gynecology. And we have Brent Hatley, who looks like the receptionist for the professor at the gynecology office. These two are going at it, and a lot of things were said. It got heated, and it ended on a bad note. And I'm hoping that we can move forward as adults from here. I wouldn't know because I haven't talked to everybody, but we're here now. Is there any statements either of you would like to make? Because I'm moving forward here. I don't want any fucking agita from this shit. If I wanted agita, I'd be doing the Underdog podcast. All right, so let's get it all out and get it over with and move on because I got a lot of good shit to play for us tonight.
I'm glad you asked, Shuli. Listen, a lot of things went down, and I do realize we are just too brutal, too uncensored, too reckless. So that's why I've come up with a new thing I think we should try for the show. Okay. Some rules, little rules to live by.
As we can see, returning text messages. Is that on the list? Because I would love for that to be on the fucking list.
No mockery. I think that everybody can live with that, right? No derisive comments.
Mike. Let's
no misogyny. No homophobia.
Mike.
No racism.
We don't have a show.
No ageism. No ableism. No ethnic slurs. No acts of unkindness. No unnecessary profanity. No negativity. No callbacks, no uncomplimentary nicknames, and no glorification of alcohol or drug use. And I think this will make it a kind of show that everyone can enjoy and not have any worries. So how's
the weather today by you, guys?
So how we can do this is I will keep track, and if anybody breaks the rules, I'll just put a little line here, and when you get to 10, you have a 30-second timeout. I will put the red card up, and you'll have a 30-second timeout. And in this way, we can have a more measured conversation.
So now let me say this. Before I got on with you guys, I was on hold for 57 minutes with the company that I got my computer from, which has been crashing constantly. And to no avail. I spoke to no one. And coming into this, I can definitely tell you I am cunty on all levels. Now, that being said, what's your fucking excuse, Mike? Because at least I have one.
I'm just trying to raise the level.
Raise the level. That's not good.
I got one question for you, Mike.
Yes.
In those 4 squares you got there, I'm not seeing your name in there anywhere.
I'm going to be adhering to the rules. I'll put my.
This guy doesn't even put his own name on it. This is what happens when you don't fucking come to meetings, don't return texts. All of a sudden,
this is like Daniel. This is like Daniel Carver calling the rest of us racist.
Very negative. Very sad. Turn over a new leaf.
Hey, that was so uncomfortable the other day. I mean, I've been to sexual assaults that were less uncomfortable than that. Truthfully, I mean, that was uncomfortable. Mark me down.
Yeah. Okay.
So, Jeffrey Toobin. I want to get to this audio.
Toobin.
I'm done with this fucking shit.
Speaking of
Jeffrey Toobin.
uncomfortable bits.
Jesus fucking Christ. It's like working with children. How about you shove that bell up your fucking ass? Man, I'll fucking punch it from here every time you want to ring it. Fucking douchebag.
Every time you bang him in the ass.
Talk for a second. I love that your whole beef last week with Brent is that he doesn't show commitment to the show. He hasn't been to meetings. He wasn't at shows. He doesn't return texts or calls. And here you are, the last week, gone. Nobody can get a hold of you. You're unavailable for everything. We're trying to move forward as a group, which we are a group doing this, and nothing from you. Why?
I was creating the new platform.
Mike, enough. It's not a new platform. It's not a new If you want to get real, let's have a real conversation about what fucking happened last week. If you want to do a bit, we can do a bit. But if you want to do a bit, then jump in on a phone call or a fucking meeting and let people know that it's a bit, not a text.
That's 10, Shuli.
Shuli's not going to mute himself. You can't do it. Listen. If I can, it's over. Everybody's best friends.
I'm not going to put up with this shit, dude. I don't need it. I thought this would be a fun thing that we would all enjoy. And if you got a fucking problem with something, then say it like I'm doing right now, like a man. It's in the title of the show.
When did you ever enjoy the show? This show, I hate it. I hate it. I've always hated it.
You clearly hate it, obviously. Yeah. So why did you say you wanted to do it again?
I didn't really want to do it again. You guys wanted to get together. I said, all right, well, we'll do it a couple times, and all this happened.
So when we're in the process of getting equipment sent out and going with this company and signing contracts, at no point you thought maybe I should have a conversation and go, I really don't want to do this?
I did speak to some people, but no one really.
How about you speak to me? The guy who put this all fucking together? I'm
speaking to you now.
You're being a cunt. You're being a cunt, and there's no reason for it. It really isn't, and it's stupid. I don't know what else you're gonna. I don't know what you're trying to get out of this, but you know what you're doing is you're fucking it up for everybody else. That's what you're doing. You're being selfish.
Okay,
go. Accused Brent of being last week. You're doing it tenfold.
Okay, that is your opinion.
So then, like, I don't get it. Why are you even here? Why? Like, you don't want to do this. We're punishing you by asking you to do this.
No, I'm doing it because it's what I agreed to do.
So if we start making money doing this, then you're okay with doing this?
We're not going to make money.
Not with you and that fucking attitude. I'll tell you that. That's not the fucking reason I started doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm resorting to the alcohol myself.
I'm done. I've said what I had to say. He wants to bring the dumbbell the whole fucking show. Let him do it. I don't give a shit. You know where I stand. I don't put up with this shit. I'm not a fucking kid. I'm not here to play games. You want to do this? Do it. If you don't, then fucking go. No one's fucking begging you to stay. No one's asking anybody here to stay. If anybody doesn't want to do this, go. But let's not be fucking childs about this. Children. It's like I'm talking to my 11-year-old. Fucking man up. Talk. You want good radio, you want good content, this is it. Let's go.
Okay.
So that guy got caught masturbating or something? What happened with that guy?
Levy.
Yeah, I mean, the guy was yeah, I mean, the fucking guy's, you know what I mean? His apology was horse shit over it. You know what I mean? It's like, I didn't know it was on. That's no an excuse to jerk off to your fucking friends you work with. That would be weird if I was jerking off to Mark again. I would feel bad the second time being caught.
Well, so we are discussing the return of Jeffrey Toobin.
Yes.
Yeah.
CNN legal analyst.
Yes.
Yeah.
CNN chief legal analyst. He's like the head legal analyst on CNN.
So he's in some Zoom meeting for the other job he had.
The New Yorker. We worked for the New Yorker. He thought the meeting was over. His camera was still on, and he was jerking his meat, and everybody saw it.
That's fucking crazy.
And so if that's not bad enough, he loses his job, right? Obviously. And it all comes out to the public. And then to top that off, now they have him back on CNN because CNN apparently can't find another legal analyst that hasn't fucking beat off.
Poor Danny Savalos didn't get the promotion.
I know. What the fuck has Danny done? What does Danny have in his closet that they're like, go back to Toobin?
And Danny looks way better on TV than Toobin does.
He is hot. I'll give you that.
Yeah, he is. And smart, smooth.
So they have him on CNN, and now they make him come clean about this whole thing on CNN. And one of the most brutal parts is they have the woman anchor basically break. I mean, you got to hear how uncomfortable this fucking thing is.
Really quick side note here. Alison Camerotas, who's talking to him.
Yes.
This woman was sexually harassed by Roger Ailes, so they think that's the good person to talk to Jeffrey.
They're doing a 2-for-1 thing. They figure they can tie it all into one shot. Well, I mean, this is uncomfortable as it gets. This guy's on TV in front of millions of people having a talk about jerking off on camera. And meanwhile, I don't know if this is their edict or he thought of this, but hands never go under the desk. Hands are on the desk the whole time in view of the camera. Here we go.
At Carvana.
We got a little ad.
There's even some porn music, like as you're leading into it. There's like some porn music.
We're going to give you time to take your dick out.
I feel like we should address what's happened in the months since we've seen you, since some of our viewers may not know what has happened. So I guess I'll recap. I'll do the honors.
Help yourself.
Okay. In October, you were on a Zoom call with your colleagues from the New Yorker magazine. Everyone took a break for several minutes, during which time you were caught masturbating on camera. You were subsequently fired from that job after 27 years of working there. And
is he muted again?
You're muted.
Sorry, he's just sitting there with a grin the whole time going, that's correct. That's right. That's correct.
That was me.
That was me. Yes, I did.
I don't like taking breaks like everyone else.
And you since then have been on leave from CNN. Do I have all that right?
You've got it all right. Sad to say.
Okay, so let's start there.
Okay.
To quote Jay Leno, what the hell were you thinking?
Well, obviously, I wasn't thinking very well or very much. And it was something that was inexplicable to me. I think one point, I wouldn't exactly say in my defense, because nothing is really in my defense. I didn't think I was on the call. I didn't think other people could see me.
You thought that you had turned off your camera?
Correct.
I love it. He's like, everything's fine. Just because I forgot the camera wasn't off because I needed to jerk off the second I was out of this meeting.
Damn technology.
Like it's a race. Like someone was timing him, you know?
I thought that I had turned off the Zoom call. Now, that's not a defense. This was deeply moronic and indefensible. But I mean, that is part of that is part of the story. And, I have spent the 7 subsequent months, miserable months in my life, I can certainly confess.
By the way, how much jerking off do you think he's doing in those 7 months?
They probably told him, go home and get it all out of you.
Yeah. He's like, I don't have to worry about being on Zoom anymore. I don't have a job, so I can just walk around beating my shit all day long.
It's me and you, Dick.
Trying to be a better person. I mean, in therapy, trying to do some public service, working in a food bank, which...
By the way, he's working a food bank. Are you taking a plate of food from this fucking guy?
Is it just me, or is the hollandaise a little salty?
I usually don't see Alfredo in this dish, but okay.
I certainly am going to continue to do, working on a new book about the Oklahoma City bombing, but I am trying to become the kind of person that people can trust again.
I'm sure you've replayed that embarrassing moment.
I'm sure a lot of people replayed that moment.
Why doesn't he write a book of how not to get caught jerking off on a fucking meeting? Really?
Because he has to accomplish that first. He hasn't accomplished. He should write a book. Yeah, he should write a book about how to get caught jerking off in a Zoom meeting. It's about 1 page.
And they're stuck together.
There's a chapter 1. Leave the camera on. The end.
Over and over. Many times. Have you ever thought about what it must have been like to be on the receiving end of that Zoom call?
Well, I haven't just thought about it. I've spoken to several of my former colleagues at the New Yorker about it, and
you imagine you're at work and you get a call from Toobin, and you're like, "Hey, I want to brainstorm this jerking off issue with you.
Can we FaceTime?
Can you imagine that call? Oh my God.
Hey, it's Toobin. Put a pot of coffee on. We got to talk.
They were shocked and appalled. I think they realized that this was not intended for them. I think they realized that this was something that I would immediately regret, as I certainly did. And it was that day that I began apologizing. And that is something that I have tried to continue to do, both publicly and privately. You know, we've covered a lot of political scandal.
Can you imagine? He's getting dressed, right? His wife's like, where are you By the way, he's been talking for 5 minutes, hasn't mentioned his wife or apologized to her once or his family. But he's getting dressed and he's like, well, that'll go on CNN today. And they're like, oh, we're going to tune in and watch. No, don't worry about it. It's all good. I'll send you a clip.
And surely, you know how this goes too? Like when your friends from high school and stuff see you on TV. Like you get that text, oh, I saw you on TV. Can you imagine the like his friends, the people he grew up with, seeing this interview on TV?
I have a friend who's an actor early on in his career. I mean, he's not super famous, but one of the gigs he got early on was he was in some STD commercial, and we were all blowing up his phone. We're like, herpes, you got herpes.
And we've heard what I like to think of as the politician apology, which is, I'm sorry if you were offended, which always sounds to me like I've said the words, now get off my back. That's exactly what I've tried not to do. Sure. I mean, I have tried, and I'm trying now to say how sorry I am, sincerely, does
it make it worse if you cry about jerking off on?
No, he's apologizing only for being caught. That's the only reason he's apologizing. If he didn't get caught, he'd be coming all over the fucking screen right now. Are you fucking kidding me?
It'd be jerking off for her going, thanks for coming by, Jeffrey.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Nobody apologizes they don't get caught. Yeah, people go to sex rehab because of the fact they get caught. I'm addicted to this. No, you got caught. There's a difference.
I got news for you. Everybody's addicted to it. It's
exactly.
Great.
It's called biology.
Yeah. I mean,
she should have done that interview with one of those plastic face guards on.
Oh, yeah.
See people shopping with that. Yeah.
She's in a welder's mask and a falconer glove. She's just screwed it up.
The only thing
she has a can of Come Be Gone next to her.
The only thing he's got going for him in his defense is that his last name isn't Wiener.
It really, and that guy didn't do himself any favors either. He lived up to the hype.
In all seriousness, above all, I am sorry to my wife and to my family.
I just want to apologize to my wife for jerking off on a Zoom.
What kind of card makes that better from the store, right? You can't buy a card. You can't buy a card. Nobody wrote that card yet. We should write that card,
We really should.
Sorry, I was jerking off and I lost my job, honey. What's for dinner? What are you
sorry, one of my 2 jobs is gone. In my defense, I didn't know the camera was on. Love, Jeffrey. Always thinking of you.
You know me, honey. I always come early, and this was no exception. What a fucking mess! Like your family is done. Your kids can't go to school. You're the guy that jerked off on fucking Zoom. How do your kids not commit suicide? That's fucking. I'd rather have them take everybody's money, that they invested, like that one fucking guy did, than get caught. If my father got caught jerking off, I'd be like, "What are you doing to me? What the fuck? Why do you hate me?"
This is as far as punishment goes. I would rather go to prison than have to sit through this. Would you? Okay, here's your options. Right, you're this guy. Here's hypothetical.
Death.
I was gonna go with lose a limb, but you already went to death. So all right.
If he loses a hand, he'll want to kill himself. That fucking creepy fuck. Are you fucking kidding me? No, look, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do for your family besides commit suicide to get this fucking right. You can't apologize for jerking off to somebody. It's like 20 years ago going up to somebody's window and fucking jerking off by the window. That's what that is now. This is fucking creepy shit.
I mean, not only is it in the window, but it's at the window during Thanksgiving. and all of her family can see out the next window and see you outside. That's what it really was.
They're all smelling the pie, and they just look over and see it, and they're just like, "Oh my God, he's ruined everything."
Hey, somebody's out there and they're hungry. Wait, he's got his dick out.
Now I'm hungry.
People on the Zoom call. I'm sorry to my former colleagues at the New Yorker. I'm sorry to my current, fortunately still colleagues at CNN. And I'm sorry to the people who read my work and who watched me on CNN and who thought I was a better person than this. And so, I got a lot to rebuild, but I feel very privileged and very lucky that I'm going to be able to try to do that.
I mean, one of the ironies of this whole.
Oh, by the way, she ain't letting this shit go. She's like, we're gonna get 10 minutes out of your jerking off, whether you like it or not.
I would do 20.
Yeah, we should ask him to come on the show.
And then I think there were ED ads after this interview. I'm pretty sure there were.
That's great.
Is that for decades you have covered the bad judgment and sexual proclivities of public figures and politicians.
Now you're covering the screen.
Yeah, that's a professional way of going, how's it feel, motherfucker? That's basically what she's saying. She's like, you're the first guy to rat these motherfuckers out.
I would have kept saying, thank you for coming on. I would have used anything like that.
Hey, come again. Really, we want big fans over here.
And Anthony Weiner and Elliot Spitzer and Donald Trump, and I could go on. So, of course it begs the question, why didn't you have better judgment?
Because I didn't have better judgment, because I'm a flawed human being who makes mistakes. And
no, because you have a dick. That's why. And you let it take charge.
Yeah, that's something a woman really wouldn't do. That's like only something like a guy would do. Start playing with himself on a Zoom call. It's like it's crazy to think that this person is like you can look at anything he does and go, yeah, I believe what he's saying. This is the creepiest motherfucker around. There could have been kids walking behind them. Anybody could have seen his dick out. You don't do that. You do it in a room by yourself. It's, you know what I mean? It's the shame that makes you come better.
Yeah, this is, by the way, this lecture brought to you by a guy who closed his show every night by eating blue cheese out of a woman's ass crack that she volunteered for. She did volunteer. I will say that for the record. But yes, but when this guy's lecturing you about cleaning up your ass.
But I've never fucking apologized for it. I'm not upset about it. It's not, It's like, this is creepy. If I fucking, started jerking off like that, that's fucking wrong. You can't do that in front of people. That's why it's our toy, not everyone's.
Clearly.
I would like to know who was on the Zoom call. Like, if there was only one woman on the Zoom call, then she knew. Yeah.
Was there any women? Yeah. Were there any women on the call? That's even better to it. What if it was just like three dudes? Have you ever been around a bunch of dudes and they throw porn on or something? I
think he opened a new tab and had Pornhub up, but the Zoom call was open on another tab.
Oh.
Yeah, but how can you not know? How can you not know when Don Lemon's there with his mouth open, pointing to his tongue?
It was actually at one point they said he took the laptop and pointed it down at his junk. So that was a live person on that other. So yeah, I agree with Brent. He had two windows open, but the other one was a live person because he even took the screen and pointed it at his junk.
He's got the big money for the cam girls.
And here's
$10 a minute.
And here's another question. So are we leaning towards he did this intentionally? Like he knew the camera was on, didn't give a shit? Or you think it's legit that he just forgot the window was open?
I think he was working too hard and he needed to lose one of the jobs and they wouldn't fire him. So he just jerked off on. I mean, that's how I would think about going about this, really.
I actually think Brent has hit on something. He probably has a favorite cam girl that's expensive and maybe not always available or whatever it was he had at the time. But I think he already paid for his time with this cam girl, and suddenly this meeting comes up.
But why would you pay for that? Why would you pay for that? I can jerk off to memory. I can look at a fucking hot chick on a cave wall and jerk off. I don't need to fucking pay somebody. I can jerk off to fucking the weather outside. Anything. I can come during thinking of anything. It's the way it works.
Could you
Oh,
for the second hour on Patreon? Do you think in an hour you could come while doing the show? We
I
can't
can come
see
5
anything.
times. I can come 5 fucking times, but I'm not cleaning up. It's going to look like home plate in front of the fucking screen here.
Just what? If
What do you do at a baseball game?
Wait, what, Mike? What'd you say?
I said, what does he do at a baseball game if it's going to look like home plate?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not allowed to see Philly games around here.
I just think if we have a timer going in the Patreon show, and when
No, we're not. I'm not jerking off for you fucking guys. You know what I mean?
Camera, Toobin, relax. Nobody wants to see it.
Well, if I'm not on the camera, I'm not doing it.
Nobody wants to see it. Says a guy who harassed you to send us pictures of your balls. Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah. But look, it happened. All right, it's happened. Look, I'm not apologizing. I don't apologize for fucking anything. I'm never gonna apologize for anything I've done in my life. I kind of say, yeah, that was wrong, but I'm sorry. What the fuck is that? I'm sorry. I was jerking off in front of you.
If he's the CNN senior legal analyst, then he certainly has a successful and expensive private law practice. So if that is your attorney, and you know there are a lot of really wealthy people in Manhattan, that's my attorney.
Which attorney would you rather go to court with? Toobin, who jerked off on Zoom, or that one attorney who didn't know how to turn the cat filter off on
That
Zoom?
was great.
Right. Give me the cat guy. Give me the cat guy. At least
No, but if this guy went with it, this Toobin guy, and did a commercial, I'm your lawyer and I'll be pulling for you, I'll fucking get him. If he's going to be honest about it, I'm fucking going with this guy. But
I'd go with Toobin. I would go with Toobin because he probably has a lot of connections being on TV with the judges and all that stuff. Toobin would probably
Your Honor, you remember we jerked off together that one time.
Right. Who knows what he's done with the judges? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You may think you're behind in court, but wait until I come.
I mean, listen, it's God bless him for going through. There's still more if you guys want to hear some more. It doesn't get better.
There is no defense for my conduct. The only issue is what should be the consequences. And the New Yorker made one decision about the consequences. CNN made a different decision, fortunately, for which I'm very grateful. But I am not going to come up here and split hairs and try to come up with justifications or explanations. It was wrong. It was stupid. And I'm trying to be a better person.
I do want to get to what the New Yorker decision was and the consequences. So after you worked there for 27 years, you were fired. They said after an internal investigation. And
by the way, how much investigating do you need to do? Like the guy's on camera beating off. You're like, we got to put a committee together and look into it.
Can you imagine at the New Yorker if you're the guy that's called into the CEO's office? Surely, I got an investigation I need you to conduct here. It's an internal investigation into.
It sounds like a lot of people that enjoy watching somebody jerk off, before they make a decision.
I like how she won't let it go. If anyone have any of you ever been in couples therapy? Because this is what it is. You say something and you think you've cleared the air and you think you made a point, and it just bounces off of her, and she goes, "What I want to know," and we're not done. We did not get out of that time. And she goes right back in 5 times in a row.
Because you're paying for it. You're paying for it. They're gonna sucker you along. This woman's embarrassing. She hates that he's back, because if she was fucking fingering her taco, she would have been out the fucking door like the $3 whore she is.
Well, I mean, that's one thought. The other thought is,
yeah, sure is.
Bing.
What you're talking about, circling the runway. I mean, at some point you got to land the plane. We can't just keep circling over the same shit over and over. It's not gonna make it any better. It's not gonna make it go away. So yeah, I agree.
And in an internal memo, one of the executives there said, I am...
An internal memo, which is just a goof email chain going around the office.
Internal memo.
Everybody in the cubicles are dying at reading the memo out loud.
Somebody should have at least misspelled his name with a 2, with a U. I mean, you know what I mean? He was certainly Toobin, man. He was Toobin live.
Surely,
what?
Can you imagine in our office because we worked at a broadcast company, kind of, a company like this. If somebody got caught jerking off, can you imagine if we got that memo in our email in our office? How
you would get a raise. You would get a raise if you got fucking caught jerking off on Stern. Are you kidding? That's back in the day. That's huge. That's fucking huge.
Not when we were there last time.
Yeah.
Well, before that, there was an incident. His name is Sal, and the engineer fucking walked in, and he did the fucking curl where he's like, "Oh, what are you doing in here?" And then,
hey, Richard, get your hand off my dick.
And then next thing you know, it was 2 weeks worth of killer content. So yeah, back in the day, it shot you to the top of the list without a doubt.
As we sit here today, no way.
No. Well, listen, go back to the Miserable Men days. You guys remember when we had the Bunny Ranch guy on, Dennis Hoff?
R.I.P. Dennis.
Yeah. R.I.P. He came on with his latest Runaway that he just got off a bus stop. and we're in this glass studio, right? Everybody would just walk by and see it. And at one point, he's just like, "Look at this! Look, I can just finger her just like this." And he just starts jackhammering, fingering her in front of the. And we're like, "Hey, Dennis, can you, maybe put a pause on that? Thanks."
Or pass her around.
Yeah, Levy was like, "Why are you stopping him? He's on a roll. Let him go."
This is great radio.
Yeah. All right, let's finish this up.
Writing to share with you that our investigation regarding Jeffrey Toobin is complete, and as a result, he is no longer affiliated with our company. Do you know what else they found?
There was a sign above my door that said Jack Shack. Other than that, I can't really know. I don't know. A couple of tiki torch dildos. I don't know.
Again, that is another therapy. So she asks a question, and you're afraid to answer because you're not sure what she might know.
Right.
So you have a pretty good idea of what she's referring. He knows what she's saying, but he doesn't want to give away, like, what was it, the squirrel videos? You know what I mean? Like, so he's not gonna.
She is doing the first 48 hours where they walk you into that shit.
But fuck it, man. I would have done 2 minutes. I would have been like, "I came. What do you want?" That's it. You know what I mean? You seen my dick. Fuck yous all.
That is my favorite thing from the first 48 hours is when they're like, "Listen," they go, "accidents happen. Everybody makes mistakes. It's fine." And the guy's like, "Yeah, I made a mistake." He's like, "Guilty, going to jail, murder, no parole, death penalty. See ya." Guy's like, "Wait, I thought it was a mistake." "Yep, it was a mistake telling me, you fucking idiot." Mike Epps used to do a great bit about you knew the guy he snitched when they come back from break, and he's got a thing of Red Lobster in front of him, and he's eating and smoking a cigarette. Like, you knew he snitched.
Actually, I was told very specifically by the people involved that
don't jerk off in front of us.
They looked at my entire career at the New Yorker, 27 years, and found
only beat off on camera once.
I'm a hero in most countries.
Yeah, that's one more time than everybody else here.
So you're better than me?
Right. This is discrimination is what this is.
That there had been no complaints about me, no issues, no other,
By the way, there's no complaints because your camera's off the rest of the time. Nobody knew you were doing this shit. That's why nobody's complaining about it.
I would have been like, "What happened to casual fucking Fridays? This is bullshit." This is fucking horseshit.
You wear a Hawaiian shirt, I jerk off. What's the big deal?
Yeah, you started this.
Hey, it's my definition of casual. You don't get to tell me what's casual.
This was not the straw that broke the camel's back. It was just this incident. And I was certainly relieved, though not surprised, that that's what they found. And
very relieved he was. Oh my
He's
God.
so close to ratting himself out again. I feel like, am I right? Like he's got more he wants to share. I feel like.
I wish his dick would just go, "All right, look, this is what happened."
How great would it be if they end the interview, they go, "Thank you, Jeffrey," and then they're like, "Cameras off." And they're all winking, and then next thing is,
and it sounds like somebody's washing a dog in the background.
All right, and we're clear. Just immediately, it's like a drag race.
It's like somebody's holding a fucking fish that they caught on a boat that's trying to get out of your hand.
What is that, a mackerel? No, it's a Toobin jerking off. He just went to commercial.
going to have him back tomorrow again.
I guarantee you it was their highest rated segment all week.
We're talking about it like we're playing. I don't, I don't ever watch CNN, and now I'm like, gold. Hello.
Fox is trying to get him.
It would be hilarious every time he's on if they had the chyron at the bottom and said, "This is the guy who jerked off on the Zoom call."
Masturbated on video. Just flashing.
That should be his parking spot. The guy that comes and a big arrow when he pulls in. Really make his life fucking uncomfortable, like he did for those fucking people that had to
more
want to.
uncomfortable than this? You can't make it more uncomfortable.
A parking spot with a cum guy on it.
Believe me. Dude, this guy takes his kid to the amusement park. They're like, "Hey, the jerk off guy! You guys get on the roller coaster early. Come on, because you need it on camera. We'll let you in early."
Jeffrey, you don't need a seatbelt because you can use the cum to keep you down when you're going around on the roller coaster. You fucking creepy bastard. These are kids. These kids' lives are over. Their dad is a masturbator. That's like you
Which
can't.
kids? The one he pumped out, or the kids that he has?
No,
their lives over too.
His kids are going to have a tough future. I guarantee it from this because you don't get over this shit. Being a kid, you're like, masturbate. Go, I do that shit. I wipe it on the side of my bed, but Daddy does it at work. I mean.
I love in the chat, STFU says, Toobin is both literally and figuratively a total jerk off.
Why else would you go on try to explain why you did this?
Yeah.
If the kid talks shit, you just tell him, "Hey, that load that hit the computer screen should have been you."
That's right. It still can be. Don't push me, motherfucker. There we go.
The decision to get rid of me, which, needless to say, was heartbreaking for me.
So you're saying there will be no surprises after this that will come out?
There are no surprises out there about my conduct that I am worried that there is there's a skeleton that's going to be found. I live in the world. I know social media, what the reactions are likely to be. I hope they will be at least mixed, but and so people can
mixed like the pro jerking off guys are like, "You're our hero, dude. We love you."
Hey, you selling T-shirts after you come?
You doing meet and greets, bro?
Pee Wee Herman calls him to congratulate him.
Yeah, my dad jerked off on a Zoom call, and all I got was this lousy stained T-shirt. He's selling them.
Mike just brought up a great name, Pee Wee Herman. I mean, look at the way this guy was treated. He wasn't even on camera. He was in a place where you're supposed to jerk off.
Mm-hmm.
and got railroaded. And now this guy's and he keeps one of his two jobs.
Imagine Pee Wee Herman at home going, "I lost that whole kid show, and this fucking jerk off has a fucking show on CNN." I mean, come on, man, that's fucking wrong. I'd sue if I was Pee Wee now.
Pee Wee Herman should not have been in any trouble.
He was in a porn theater. What are you supposed to do there? Review the fucking movie? Well, I don't understand.
Well,
the whole point is to jerk off.
Yeah, part of it was, especially back then, part of it was a gay porn theater.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
that's what. No one wanted to say that, but that's why everyone was so horrified. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe he was low on money because the gayer ones are cheaper, aren't they? Shouldn't it be like $2 instead of $7?
Half
How
off.
would you
They're
know
like,
that?
"Sorry,
How would you know that?
No, Bob's right. They go, the little disclaimer comes up. "Sorry for the hair around the asshole. We're knocking $3 off your price."
It's like the manager takes it off your check. There's a hair in my shrimp.
Sir, I did not order that. All right, we'll take it off your check.
Let me bring your waiter over. I'll bring your waiter over right now. Did you fuck up his order?
Yeah, you sure you didn't order that? No, I'm sure. I do not eat that. Yeah, no. Oh my God! All right, here we go.
claim what they want, but I don't think there is anything further that's going to come out.
Do you think given that the kind of
I got it all out last time.
There's no point in going on. There's no point going on. But we end it there. We end it
Right now, his son is standing on a toilet, putting a rope over something, and trying to fucking kill him. Believe me, you have kids; they can't live through this. This is the most embarrassing thing that can happen to a kid. Besides saying, "Yes, Bob Levy is my dad." But besides that, this is the worst thing.
I mean, the guy who got beat up by Danny Bonaducci. Yeah.
Motherfucker, I'll take him on right now. That orange fucking piece of shit, lying fuck. Believe me, I'm fucking healed. I'll fucking the guy that won the other night, the fucking tall, dark fella. Are you kidding? I am fucking back 100%. I will knock him out. I will give the money to charity for people that jerk off on Zoom calls.
Hold on. I want to go around the horn here. We'll start with Mark. Who do you think the tall, dark guy is that he's thinking of?
I no clue because the tall white guy was the one.
Right. Well, no, that's
Mayweather.
fine. I'm just looking for a guess. I don't want to shed any more light on this.
Ed Jones.
Go ahead. Brent Hatley.
You're talking about Ed Too Tall Jones?
Yeah.
That was the tall, dark
knock
fellow.
him out too. He's like 80. Fucking hurt him. Bad.
What's your guess? Tall, dark fellow that was fighting the other night.
I think he's talking about. God, I don't.
You can
Obviously, Bob was in a bar with Manute Bol and got in a altercation.
No, let's narrow this down.
I was going to say Kimbo Slice, but he's dead.
No, let's narrow this down to like 8 people. He's fucking one of the Kardashians. He did.
Oh, all right. I know who he's talking about.
Me too.
That doesn't narrow it down.
I tried.
Mike's right. Now I'm up to 4 now.
You're talking about Lamar Odom?
Yes. Lamar Odom. That's the guy.
Believe me, he thought he was knocked out at the fucking porn place. You know what I mean? He has no. Believe me, come on. The fucking guy he's soft. He's
Let me tell you
imitation.
something. So he fought this kid, Aaron Carter, who is the brother of one of the Backstreet Boys.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What a
And
claim to fame.
his claim to fame is that he's just crazy. Like he's just nuts.
You know, I used to be around that kid all the time when he was a teenager.
Really?
Aaron
How?
Carter. Because he was in love with Hulk Hogan's daughter, so he would be over at the house all the time.
Was he a douche then?
Yeah, a huge douche.
See, so he somehow signs this fight to fight Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom's like 6'11", 6'10".
Yeah, power forward.
Yeah, this guy is like maybe 6 foot. That's being generous.
But nuts.
But here's the thing. Lamar Odom should have fucking killed him in 20 seconds. And as far as crackheads go, which Lamar was in the past, a lot of them know how to fight, and so I was very surprised of how shitty he was beating that kid up. That kid went to town. He threw about 10, 12 punches, and then he punched himself out, and that was it. And then Lamar Odom he literally just pushed him with his fists the whole time. It wasn't even punching. It was so weird.
He looked like a giant praying mantis, just sucking,
It's bad when you're going, this is nothing like that Logan Paul fight. That was fantastic.
Did you guys pay for that? Did you guys
No.
someone got money out of that?
I don't think anybody paid for it. I saw clips online is how I saw it. So
retarded people fucking pay for that, okay? That's
so how much did it cost you, Bob?
It cost me $27.50, and I'm still mad about it.
Well, you had the same feeling with Mayweather too. It was like he wasn't really trying that hard. It was
no. And everybody. By the way, can we all just agree that everybody saying Logan Paul won that fight because he lasted 8 rounds is bullshit? I mean, you win that fight. First of all, it's an exhibition, so nobody was going to win it. But second of all, you didn't get knocked out by a guy who hasn't knocked anybody out since 2017, and he doesn't knock people out. And you're 50 pounds heavier. You're 20 years younger. Like, surviving is not a win. A shark attack.
He came out of the bar. Like he's claiming he's a fighter. Like he's on YouTube fighting, right? I mean,
listen, here's where he won. He made $20 million. Going into a fight with a 0-1 record. That's where he wins.
That is amazing.
There's nobody else that's 0-1 that's making $20, much less 20 million. So that's impressive. That you got the victory, tip of the cap, absolutely. But don't sit here and say, I couldn't hit him. And nobody can. That's why he's the greatest fucking boxer to ever live. Every fight, you're like, this is going to be the guy. And then it happens, and you're like, fuck, he's doing it again. You get mad watching that fucking guy. I have audio, if you want to play this, of a large woman who is upset that guys are being biased towards large women. Yes. I have it listed as fat chick is angry. So let's take a listen. I don't think it's too condescending, but you tell me.
Hey, bestie.
It's too condescending.
You're wrong.
Wait, what, Mike?
It's too condescending.
Right out the gate. Right out the gate, you want to fucking just jump out a window. Hold on, let me get the pause feature on this because I feel like I'm going to be stopping this. All right, here we go.
Hey, bestie. You're wrong. I think it's time for another adult pre-K lesson. What do you think?
By the way, is there anything more annoying than someone talking to you like a child?
Or a fat chick trying to be funny?
That's how I made my living for 12 years, buddy.
Yeah, well, you have a cruise ship? What the fuck, man? You don't remember? We all got to do our shit to break in. All right, here we go.
All right, turn your listening ears on. Zoom, catch a bubble in your mouth.
Look at Bob's face. Bob is so angry.
I hate fat people. I know. I really. It's like, I have a disease. No, you don't. You have no fucking self-discipline. You're a fucking animal. Look at what you're doing. You can't even take your kids for a walk. You fucking beast.
Ding.
Yeah.
Ding.
Hit it. We're back. I agree with the bell now.
Ding.
I'm tired of them talking.
All right. Well, so far we're 7 seconds in, I think. Go ahead. Here we go.
Good job. Okay, here's the thing. Having a preference is something like, I'm looking for a partner who likes kayaking or wakes up early in the morning or loves pizza. But when your preferences exclude an entire group of marginalized people, that's problematic. Okay, that's not nice. That's not a preference. If you lump all fat people in one group together as though they are not very different individuals, that's fatphobic. Just like lumping all black people in one group and saying, I don't like black people is racist. And lumping all disabled people in one group and saying, I don't think people in wheelchairs are hot is ableist. Do you understand what I'm saying?
What? I want to fuck a girl that can walk. Are you fucking kidding me? You're lumping it together. You lumped yourself together, you tub of shit. You made one big lump of fucking garbage, and you expect people to love you because I'm happy, I'm healthy. You're not fucking healthy. You're not healthy. The dog is nervous to be around you, you fucking beast. Holy shit.
If you could isolate that Bob video that he just did when he was doing this, and then just cut it to like the Macarena or something.
I don't give a shit. I can't take it with these fucking everybody. No, you're the one starting this shit. You're the one that decided to be a fucking beast, and now you want people to like. No, we're not gonna like it. Stop it. You're the one that made us stay in the house for 1.5 years because your health was important. You don't give a fuck about. Go fuck yourself. And I want to grab you by the back fat and throw you off a bridge. Fucking animal.
Oh, here's the new logo for the show.
What is this? I can't read.
Here, read it, Bob. This is the new.
Oh, come on, man. The happy, well-adjusted, definitely not overcompensating for feelings or equality, whatever, or self-medication to avoid confrontation, painful, repressed emotions, men show. That's too long of a title.
I think
that sounds like a fat fucking person's fucking menu that they want to fucking eat. You know what I mean? Tell us how I really feel, Mr. Lawson. I'll tell you how I feel. I had to stay in the house for 1 year and 4 months so fucking Tubby didn't get sick and fucking, and all of a sudden, the coronas is killing everyone. It's killing the fucking big piles of shit and fucking old people. They die. They die all the time before this fucking cough came to town. Holy shit.
Shut the fuck up saying, oh yeah, Bob, your picture of health, cocaine and 3 packs of smokes a day is a recipe for 80 good years, Bob. By the way, he's almost there.
Yeah, I'm fucking 79, you cocksucker. I'll be there in a few hours. Let me tell you something. I'll live forever. I'm a fucking vampire, motherfucker. I'm not fucking sitting at Burger King waiting for it to open so I can go in there and drop $2,000 on breakfast. All right? Fuck these people.
By the way, can I just remind you all that these were my clientele when I pushed wheelchairs in Vegas, and they had no shame that you'd be covered in sweat. You couldn't even speak because you're pushing 400, 500 pounds on carpet in a wheelchair. And then without even missing a beat, they go, "Can you swing by the Burger King?"
Exactly.
Baggage claim. And
I'd give you a $5 tip, but it's 2 Whoppers for $5. Sorry. They're fucking messes. Oh, my God.
We're coming up towards the end of this hour.
Wait a minute. What did he write? Bob Joe was on the fat person where he touched you? Where I touched you. Where I touched you. You wouldn't even know I touched you through all that fat, okay?
He's claiming you've been with fat people. And
I've never been with fat people. Let me tell you something. I'm disgusted by them.
Never?
Never. Even when I had a drinking problem, a drug problem, I was never fucking. You're never gonna say this is my girl as I put my hand behind the side of a building and
every chick you've banged has weighed less than you.
In public, yeah. Are you kidding me? No, if you're in fucking Canada behind a barn, yeah, what the fuck? You know what I mean? You're not gonna go around bragging about it, but no, it's like if that's the last thing around, you know what I mean? That's like. You know, if you order a pizza and it's sitting out for 2 days and you're like, maybe I'll eat it. No one will know. You know, that's what it is. They're fucking, nobody wants that. Nobody is attracted to that. They take it because that's all they can get.
You don't think there's an attractive, heavyset woman out there? You don't find any woman that's heavyset attractive?
No, I don't like it. I mean, to me, why would I want to wrestle that? How can that get on top of you? Something that's 350 pounds, you know what I mean, and got mayo on the side of her lip. How are you going to fuck
in all seriousness, I would totally fuck Lizzo.
Who?
Lizzo. Put up a picture of Lizzo.
Who the fuck is Lizzo?
I would totally fuck
picture
Lizzo.
Of Lizzo.
Izzo or Lizzo? I'd fuck Izzo.
Lizzo has a beard.
I'd fuck Izzo in a second. But
So,
not Lizzo.
Bob, if you're married to a lovely young woman in good shape,
and she blew up,
well, how many pounds would it take before you left her?
I would leave. Look, let me tell you something. If they start picking at my food when we're eating, she has to go.
That's Lizzo.
Yeah,
I'll get the fuck out of here.
I would totally fuck Lizzo.
Yeah, 100%. You would totally fuck her. Fuck her out of what? A sandwich? Are you fucking kidding me, Brent? How fucking deep are you into this sex game? This is disgusting. You're too far gone, motherfucker. You don't fuck something like that. You fucking get something like that to help you build a dam. Are you fucking kidding me, Brent?
I would fuck her so hard.
Are you in this sex game?
He's fucking
too far gone, motherfucker.
You are. Look at this fucking thing. Look at that. I can hear the wood going. Help me. Help me.
Ass, everything.
Help me. Everything. And the house is like, keep leaning there. Don't go backwards. Look at her. She takes a shit. She flushed the whole toilets in town are gone.
Hold on. She plays the flute. I didn't see that. Suddenly she scored a point in my book.
There's probably fucking sugar in it.
I mean, you'd have to come running at her, right, Brent? I mean,
all I need is to get down on all fours, put your knees on the couch, knees together, and I would pound her, man.
When she gets down on all fours, she goes down on all eights. Her tits hit the ground, her stomach hits the ground. Every fucking thing on her clit looks like a fucking duffel bag. Are you fucking kidding me, Brent? Get out of this sex shit.
All eights. She's on all eights.
She looks like a fucking pig stuck in the mud, and you want to fuck it.
I would definitely fuck Lizzo.
All right, well,
you're an animal. You're an animal. Take his dick away.
Listen, I think
you're a fucking disgusting human. You're disgusting. I would cut your dick off and throw it to fucking pit bulls.
So we're repossessing his cock now. That's what you're saying.
He doesn't deserve it. He don't deserve it. Your dick. How would your dick feel if it could say to you, what the fuck
really
were you thinking?
Yeah. I mean, you can't go into that naturally. You got to take something, Blue Chew, something.
Well, I'll be 50 this week, so I'm on the Blue Chews every time at these parties. So if
you're gonna fuck something like that, take cyanide, and I'll bring it to your house before you fuck her. Really, that's not. You can't fuck. Go fuck your couch then if you want to fuck something that big.
Oh, God. Listen, just because you can't handle that much of a woman doesn't mean that I can.
No, that much of a woman. I can't afford that much of a woman. Okay,
She's rich. She'd be fucking throwing me the
she's
cash.
rich.
Man.
She would throw me crumbs if they fell off her face. Maybe. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me, Brent? You don't fuck something like that. You fucking put a plow on it and fucking get the field clean in the back.
I bet she's like gobbles your dick like a Twizzler.
Yeah, of course, because something comes out of it that tastes like fucking a shake. Are you fucking Brent? You don't fucking want that. Come on, stop it.
I'm just saying, at the swingers club, I would totally fuck Lizzo. Totally. No problem.
and I'd still be able to hear them laughing at you as you walked out the door. Are you kidding me? They're not going to let you back. You fuck something like that.
We'll get back into the Lizzo debate on Patreon. Let's wrap up. I got Mark Burns has a wrap up of this episode.
He has nothing.
And then we'll do a little of words with Bob. All right. So
this fucking red room. I wish a car would speed through the wall and kill him.
Her name is Lizzo, not a car.
Yeah, I didn't say truck. But Brent gets excited when he goes to a truck store. Please, Brent.
What is the song? Whole lot of Rosie, man. Come on.
Whole lot of Rosie. They wrote that for. They were embarrassed.
Knew all about it, buddy.
They were embarrassed to fuck a slob on the road.
Bon Scott was into it. Listen to the words.
He's dead. He's dead. She probably fell on him.
Truck store? Actually. Is truck store in your wrap up? Can you throw that in?
Yeah, fucking Jesus, fucking Christ, Brent. It's like you gotta care what you put your dick into. You know what I mean? Smoke a bowl. I got my fucking pen, motherfucker. Why? What are you, a fat fuck? Why do you want me to smoke a bowl? You upset because you're fat?
My God.
Good thing that really calms you down.
Hey, I never heard of anybody fucking lusting over a goddamn fucking mountain before. I mean, what's the matter with you?
You're being rude. It's time for Mark's wrap up.
What if you fell off it? You die.
I can handle it, buddy. Don't worry.
And you're bragging about that?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's go.
I would pound that pussy for sure.
Mark, take it away, buddy.
Thank you, Shuli. Another fun-filled night on the reconstituted Miserable Men show this evening. Feels good to be doing this again. First, we began the show with the Mike Morse list of not funnies, also known as Bob's cleaned up Letterman set.
I'll fucking come through the screen.
We heard from Jeffrey Toobin on CNN. Jeffrey's segment could only get more uncomfortable if he bought a chart and a bell. Thank you very much. Jeffrey told us that he was writing his tell-all memoir. Rumor was he had a ball. It will be the only book that takes under 3 minutes to finish.
Wait a minute, guys. Wait. Wasn't this funnier like 15 years ago?
Bob, then we had Bob discussing his...
All right.
Really appreciate that. Then we had Bob discussing his fight with Danny Bonaducci, and he remembered it so vividly that every time Mike rang the bell, Bob started to bleed.
I love it. You're good. You're good, Brad.
We discussed some people with weight issues and certainly touched an issue with Rev Bob Levy. Evidently, childhood Rev Bob was abused by Dom DeLuise. And
Brent fucked them.
And we finished the show with Brent saying he would happily fuck Lizzo at a swing club, making us wonder, do we feel worse for Brent or the swing? I'm Mark Burns, and that's the Miserable Men wrap-up.
There you go.
I'm still fucking appalled at fucking Brent, what he said.
All right, well, we'll sit on that.
All right.
Wait, and let's do some words.
What words can't Levy say, man? What words can't Levy say? The list grows every day, man. His tongue is made of clay. It's like he's in first grade, man. What words can't Levy say? He can't say. North Korea, diarrhea, panacea, hedonism, Galleria, pizzeria, Tanzania, plagiarism, Minnesota, Ape, Pagoda, diet soda, vermicelli, enchilada, French Guiana, Mochiata, Lampanelli, Dubai, River Kwai, TC Fly, rotisserie, fried shrimp, raw shrimp, penny shrimp, parsipity. What words can't leave you say, man, what words can't leave you say. The list grows every day, man, his brain's in disarray. It made his hair turn gray, man, what words can't leave you say.
You're telling me we can't make money with songs like that?
Come on, yeah.
Are you out of your mind?
Exactly. We're all past it now. Let's fucking take over the fucking world. Truthfully, there's nobody better than us when we're on a game. Let's get on it. Let's all hug and fucking jerk off on the end of this Zoom call.
Just make sure your camera's on. Off.
Yeah.
We have some words. Izzo, Lizzo. You want to throw some words up?
Okay.
It's the first one.
What is it? I can't see it. Oh,
what do you mean?
It's the fish. It's the fish that eats you.
What?
What the fuck's the matter with you, Mark? The fish that with the you know what I'm saying?
Hold on,
the
hold
little
on.
teeth.
Bob, look at the word. Think carefully.
Doi.
No, think carefully, and then say what the word is that's spelled in front of you. Go ahead.
Ferrara.
Ooh, I wonder how fast it goes.
Pharaoh. I'm so depressed. Shut the fuck up in there.
I'm watches Charlie's Angels.
I'm gonna go in that room with a fucking knife and cut her heart out.
Piranha.
A piranha. Yeah. That's the word. The fish.
Piranha.
Is that it?
Yeah, yeah. Moving on. Next word.
Come on, man.
Anybody?
Hey, you're banging Lizzo before you're getting that word.
It looks like Colin Quinn.
Then he should be jerking off.
Colin Quinn.
Rosenberg.
What?
Colloquialism. Wait a minute.
You almost had it.
Really?
Yeah.
What did I say?
No, I don't know what you said, but you almost had it.
Colloquialism. That's not even. I've never even seen this anywhere.
It's like that commercial when he's asking him to pronounce quinoa.
Yeah. And then this is the move he always pulls where he goes, you guys are just making up words.
That is not a word.
That's a word.
How is that a word? What does it mean? Why would it even be around? Why? You can say something else in it. If it is a word, you can say something else and something smaller.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Then,
so it's a ridiculous word.
Maybe what you said might end up being a colloquialism.
A what? A colloquium?
Yep.
Yes.
Colloquialism.
I got a nice cock and fucking,
that's all I need. I don't need to spell words. I'm all cock. I'm all fucked up.
Okay, next.
I got this right like 2 weeks ago. Colonel.
No.
Colonel.
Didn't.
Colonel.
No.
I don't know if I make that sound. He just keeps repeating the word.
Colonel.
What?
No.
You know when I think you're going to get this word?
Friday night,
That's when I think you're going to get this word.
Look, that word comes up every week, and that's not fair to anybody.
Mr. Bob Levis. We bled the same blood. We bled the same blood.
There you go.
Rolled in the same mud.
Occurrence. Occurrence.
Wow.
Friday night in Flint.
Yeah.
I'll see you there. I'll be spelling words.
It.
I'll be doing sentences, everything.
All right, listen, we're done with the first hour. We're coming over to Patreon in about 5 minutes. Tune in. It really is a stairway to heaven. Come on, join us, and thanks for watching the Miserable Men Show on Patreon. Lizzo, if you want to throw the link up.
Come on, Lizzie.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff planned for the second hour as well. We got some Bob's News to close things out. We also have, I believe, we have some childhood pictures still to look at.
Oh yeah,
and
a very interesting news story out of Brazil.
Yes, and I have another piece of audio of I don't want. Well, it involves vaginal steaming. I'll leave it at that. Not when your wife's angry at you, Bob. I mean actual vaginal steaming. So tune in, sign up. Thanks for watching. Subscribe on YouTube and subscribe on Patreon. And thanks, y'all. We'll be back.